Like,
well, usually I don't. It honestly already started. Like I don't usually bring.
Okay.
You know, I don't usually do an intro because I don't make it seem like a show. You know what I mean? Like a talk show.
See Phil flow into it.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, welcome to the Vibes podcast.
Hello.
I have Miss Jimena. You go by Jimena, Mena.
Yeah, I mean, my I guess my big name Jimena, but if that's too hard, it's just Mena. Whatever's easier for the person.
And then
I guess.
Your Twitter is like Men.
So my Instagram, like my username everywhere is Menanados. A lot of people ask what the Nados is. I don't know. In like high school, I had like a lot of nicknames.
Yeah.
And people would just be like, Mena, you know, like just like messing with my name a lot. I was like Jimmy Jim.
You never call you like Jimena?
Like, yeah, Jim Mena. Like just people messing around with my name. And someone was just like, Menanados. Like just messing around with it one day. And I was like, I was looking at for an Instagram name, I guess, at that time. And it just came out.
Yes,
I don't know.
It's hard to pronounce your name, honestly.
Yeah,
but
I mean.
You went to high school where?
Horizon High School, actually. I graduated in 2019. Graduated as a junior. Decided to graduate a year early.
So you're 20?
I'm 21.
21?
Just turned 21 in November.
21, and you're like, what, like 5'11", 6?
Well, I'm 5'10". I thought I was 5'11". I was telling everyone that for like a whole year because in high school, that's what I measured out as. I played volleyball. And then I measured myself the other day, and I was like, oh, my God, I've been lying.
Because we I don't know if you remember, we met at Showtime once.
Yeah, no, I do.
You remember?
Yeah, like your face is very familiar.
That's
and then
crazy.
I remember I was watching your videos, and I was like, I've literally met this guy
Yeah,
before.
so I had my camera, and I was like, yo, can I take a picture with your girl?
Yeah, with Carissa.
Yeah,
It was
her.
with Carissa,
I don't
right?
remember. Shout out to Clarissa, but yeah, I remember taking the video. I never posted the video, too. I think I lost the footage and stuff, but...
Oh, that's so sad. I want like a bunch of pictures and stuff from people that I've taken from like different
I think
bars,
I should have it.
never
I should
them.
have it. I should have it. But I just didn't.
But
yeah, I met you there, and I mean, I remember you. Honestly, like I'll take it way back. You used to live in Las Cruces?
Yeah. So after I graduated high school, obviously went into college, and so I went to NMSU right there in Cruces. And
believe it or not, this is something you don't know. We both work at Food King.
Oh, I worked at that Lowe's.
Oh, at Lowe's, Food King, same thing.
But I worked at that Lowe's actually in Odessa.
Yeah. Oh, so no, I'm not saying we work at the same one. I'm saying we both worked at that thing. So one day when I was in Twitter, this is how I knew about you. I was on Twitter, and then you get like hella likes on your pictures, hella likes.
And on you were Twitter?
Like, yeah.
Oh my God.
And someone liked your picture, and I was like, oh, that girl has like a Lowe's type of shirt, because I was using mine too. Oh my God,
I wish I could remember what.
Yeah, you were like outside in the parking lot, like some type of picture like that.
Oh my God, I do know a photo.
That picture. So I was like, oh shit, like she wears. And then that's when I started checking your stuff out, and you were fucking funny. Like I don't know, you just post like funny tweets and stuff like that.
Yeah, my Twitter is like the meme page. That's where I go to repost all the funny.
Did you like working at like Lowe's and stuff?
Honestly, I feel like I've lived so many different lives. I've had so many different jobs. I've worked at that Lowe's, the Lowe's, like the competitor to Home Depot.
Yeah.
Cold Stone. I've sold solar panels. I just had.
And how old were you when you started working there?
So that was during the pandemic. I was 18, just turning 19, I believe. I was also living out in Odessa. So after the pandemic kind of kicked us out of college, I had kind of nowhere to go because my family kind of didn't have like a little home here in El Paso. So I just kind of packed my car up and was like, I don't know where I can go, but I need money.
Just at 18?
Yeah, and I was just like, I need money. Like, I need to survive somehow after this freaking pandemic just kind of kicked me out of my living situation on the dorms in Cruces. And so I moved to Odessa because they had the highest, like, paying wage over there at the time. And I had some family that I could just, like, crash at their house for the time being and picked up that job at Lowe's. Honestly, it was such a weird point in my life that I feel like I don't even remember a lot of it. I was also, like, just passing the time with skateboarding and smoking. So I would just show up to work, like, just smoking my pen in the bathroom, come out.
Just for a little paycheck?
Yep, just to get some money and get going with my day.
And what made you, like, be, because I watch your YouTube videos and stuff, and you talked about you just wanted to be, like, a type of influencer. Like, what made you want to, like, you know, start posting things, get into the social media stuff?
Honestly, I've just been like doing it for a long time. I've been in the internet scene since I was like 12 years old and started having like a platform at 14 because I was like, it's so embarrassing, but I had a Wattpad account, a Tumblr account, and an Instagram account like dedicated to One Direction like fan edits and stuff. And I was actually like pretty big accounts, and like
you just post pictures of them,
like just edits, and I would write stories about them. Weird time. I mean, I was young. It was just like what you did at the time because everyone loved One Direction. So I kind of had a big following then. So that was like my first introduction to like social media. But then as I got into high school, like my freshman year, I started posting like myself. Like I had my own personal page as well. Yeah. And I was super into like thrifting clothes and trying to come up with outfits and just like going to cool spots and taking pics in front of them. It was like kind of the beginning of when that type of Instagram modeling was coming up. And so then I started growing a little bit, kind of like hit 10K, I think like my sophomore year or something. It was like my junior year, right before I was about to graduate. And it was just like something I liked doing. I don't really do it trying to grow. I do it just because I love just taking photos. I love looking at it as like my little vlog or my little journal.
Do you like the interaction with them, like the likes, comments? You like all that?
I don't really care for the likes. I have photo dumps that will do very poorly, and I don't care because it's just I want to show those photos. I want to share my life because I really do love and appreciate those people that love watching and following my life. And I love interacting with them. I love messaging them, commenting with them. Like, they can DM me and we can just have a conversation if absolutely needed to, and we can talk about anything. I especially love people who will take the time to move over to my YouTube and just see a little more Mena, and like just we can have conversations over there. We can talk about anything. Like I just recorded a video today where I'm talking about where I'm kind of confused about where I am with life right now, what I want to do with all of this.
You posted that today?
I recorded that today, actually. Just like, I don't know what I'm doing with this influencer stuff. It's always been so casual for me. So I'm just like, where does it go? I guess, where is it going for me growth-wise? When does it become like my success story? I'm in my mid-20s and I'm like, what am I doing with this?
Where do you want to lead all this social media with? You know, like, you already have a big following and stuff, so what do you think you're like good at, or what's your big hobby that it's gonna make you grow, you know?
Yeah, that's like where I'm questioning everything. That's where I'm like, okay, I'm 21 now. I've been doing this for a while. It's been like 4 or 5 years. You know, I had my big blow up on TikTok during COVID when I turned 19.
You have like 1 point something million.
I have 1.2. Yeah, I've been a little stagnant. That's where I'm like, okay, where is this going? But yeah, there was a point where I was just during the pandemic grinding social media. That's all it was. 3 TikToks a day, like posting every day on Instagram, and I was pushing for that growth. And then now that I have it, now that I have those numbers that I pushed so hard for, I don't want to be though.
But you feel.
I feel very like, okay, everything's just right here right now. And now I need to find that, like, okay, I've given myself this platform. I need to figure out a way how to share with everyone everything I love, or like, what am I going to bring out of this platform? What do I want to leave with everyone? What do I want to share with them? I'm just in the moment of like trying to figure myself out, I guess. I'm like growing up a lot very quickly, and I've been in a lot of places very quickly. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I feel like everyone at this age is always lost.
Right.
And they're like, okay, well, what am I doing with my life? How do I become more successful? When do I feel like I have succeeded, I guess? Just looking for that right now.
Okay. Because a lot of your videos that I want, you've done Q&As. And I think you helped a lot of people. Well, not help, but your Q&As are fun, and I feel like you have something good to say, so maybe you could start by there, you know?
Yeah.
Doing more Q&As.
Yeah, definitely want to. My little Q&A.
Because you have a big charisma, you have a big personality, so it's not like it's so hard for you to, like, not do something, you know? Because you could do anything. I even saw you bake stuff on your food, so
yeah, my baking well baked. Yeah, a lot of my stuff is usually well baked. I just, like, I really love weed.
How much? I wanted to get into that. How much... How many times a day do you think you smoke?
I'm gonna start off by saying this. Me smoking has not negatively impacted my life. It's actually helped me a lot. It's definitely a little medicine for me. I'm someone who deals a lot with depression and anxiety, and just growing up a lot with what I presume is like bipolar disorder, but never been diagnosed, but just a lot of stuff growing up. But it's definitely helped my life a lot. And so, I mean, I don't smoke too much. I did have a bad phase where I was just like smoking all the time, but I caught myself and realized, hey, like that's not a good habit to have with it. And I want to be someone that's motivated on weed and, using it for what it's meant for. And so I do wake and bake maybe halfway throughout the day.
You think you can go without it, though?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can easily go on tolerance breaks, and I can just there's times where I'm like, I don't even want to buy from anyone, and I just like, or even from the dispos, and I'm just like, I can go out without it for a little bit.
When I was your age, that's exactly the age that I stopped smoking.
Oh, really?
So I have 7 years sober without touching a blunt, anything.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to quit one day. Like, I think I slowly get to a point where I'm like,
It's honestly, it's tough at the beginning, Because you still hang out with the same people. And they smoke.
I'm actually like the only person.
Really?
Yeah. All of my friends or my roommates right now, they don't really smoke and stuff.
See,
so it's just me.
That's easier for you when it sucks. For me, it was harder. And I don't know. My mind was more clear. Yes, of course, I love smoking. I'm not going to lie. It did nothing bad towards me, I never acted weird about it, nothing. So, I don't know. I think yeah, I can see where it could help you out, like especially for the gym. When I used to smoke, I used to take pre-workout and then smoke like 2 hits just for that little balance.
I actually don't take pre-workout because if I smoke, I'll be scared. I'll
Really?
be like it's just too much, I think, for me, because I don't even smoke sativas. I smoke like hybrids.
Okay.
And then if I really need to chill out, an indica. But I'm usually in the in-between. Nothing too much of an upper. No.
Yeah, I don't know. You just really like pre-workout and then like some hits will like feel like that muscle connection. I don't know. It was just me maybe.
No, but I do believe in mind muscle connection. I think once you find your little cocktail, like I do take energy, so a smaller dose of a pre-workout, and like smooth, so like a lot more focus and stuff. But yeah, once you find your concoction or your little cocktail of it, the mind to muscle connection is crazy. I love working out high just for that reason. And
you think people have like a misconception of you because you smoke a lot?
I think
maybe on your videos and stuff like that.
There is the people who I still feel like, they look at weed as like, oh, she's just lazy, she's just a pothead, she's so addicted, like she can't go freaking days without smoking. But I can wake up in the morning, take my little bowl, wake and bake, and I get going with my day. I get everything done towards the morning, and then it's 12 p.m. and I'm like, I'm good for the day. I can go through my boxing class, like get everything.
You do boxing now?
Yeah, I'd be boxing right now.
Are you gonna be on that YouTuber type of boxing shit?
I've been trying to get everyone in the fitness industry. I'm like plopping the little idea. I'm not funding it. I don't want to. I just want to fight. Yeah. But like I've been plopping it to some people, being like, "Come on, let's get the gym people fighting." I know some of y'all don't like each other, so maybe we can. Maybe we can get some people fighting, like the next.
Yeah, but these guys are so huge. They're gonna like gas out in like 30 seconds.
I mean, I think it'd be really entertaining just to watch those big guys maybe fight each other.
You rather do boxing or like UFC?
I'm introducing myself with boxing right now, but I am very like interested in the UFC MMA portion of it.
You ever been hit?
By my brothers, yeah, but like never in the face or anything.
But by a girl, like hit on the face.
No, honestly, in high school I was kind of pretty bad. I would try to fight girls, and they just never wanted to fight me.
What is that?
I think just like my junior year, I was just coming to a point where I was like over everything. That's like why I graduated early, and I was just like a mean person. So there was some like, just some, like I was being mean to a girl, and then she went and commented about my 4 fingers. So then I was like, okay, yeah. I went up to her face, tried to fight her, and then she was like, no.
Hell no.
No, and I was like, okay. Never did that again, but.
Taking it back to growing up, your social media and stuff, where on Instagram or TikTok was like that video or that picture that blew up and got you there?
So, like I had mentioned, I think it was the beginning of 2020, I had decided, like, okay, because in 2019 during the pandemic, I was just posting here and there, and I was having some videos like do pretty good, and I was growing a little bit. So beginning of 2020, I was like, okay, I'm gonna focus on this. Like, this is all I'm gonna do. I want this. Like, if I can have this, I'm gonna just take it. And started posting 3 times a day, coming up with anything. Like, I was sticking to trends, doing the dancing TikToks, you know, talking, just making weed jokes, all types of stuff. And somewhere along that way, I was growing really, really fast just from consistently posting. But then I accidentally created a TikTok trend dance, and it was it's actually pinned on my TikTok.
You made the dance?
Yeah, I accidentally made the TikTok dance, and
What
it's
dance?
my most viewed TikTok right now with, I think, 42 million views or something.
What dance was it?
There was a song called Let's Groove, and it was the Let's Groove, do.
Oh, you made that dance?
Yeah, so I accidentally just like was having fun in the gym afterwards and was just twirling around, and the part like that goes all the way around, and then the back breaking part, that's like, I guess the dance trending, and everyone started doing it. And I never asked for creds. I literally just, everyone like kind of, there was a lot of accounts that took that dance and milked the hell out of it and grew very, very
more
much.
More than you?
More than me.
Okay.
And even though my videos, like, I think it was still the most viewed video or whatever at the time with that dance, I never once, like, when people would take credits, I never, like, spoke up about it. So I just kind of let it, like, it was just a TikTok. Like, it didn't mean anything to me. Kind of do regret not, like, taking creds from it, just because I could have grown probably so much more. But I just kind of got over it.
And that's on TikTok, the video blew up.
Yeah, that's the video that got me, I believe, it was like 600K to the 1.2 million in a month.
And Instagram?
Actually, this is my second Instagram account. My first Instagram account was deleted at 112K or something like that. It was like barely just hit 100K. And
what do you think?
I was doing a lot of bad stuff. I was just posting things.
Like what?
I was super like posting like Daisy Keach and stuff, you know, just very, very like inappropriate photos on Instagram at the time. Okay. Just because I was going through something. I don't know, sexual awakening. Who knows? I was young. And then like I was also posting, I guess, I don't know. It just, the account was so old. A lot of other stuff would get like reported, and it would be like year-old photos and stuff, and I would just be okay. And one day it just got taken down, and I was really sad about it, but I got over it and made the other account.
Which is weird because now it's on Explore page. I mean, fuck, I just burned myself, but there's girls that are like half naked, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, and they don't even get banned or anything.
Yeah, no. Instagram's very weird. It's like all over the place, like picky. I wasn't even naked on my post. I was just like in shorts and crop tops a lot, you know, just very like, I don't know, sexy posts. But I didn't even have anything that bad, and that account got taken down. But then I made this one. It was like my spam, and I was just kind of growing with it at the time. And that's when I completely switched over to fitness, because I was doing like lifestyle and fitness when that account got taken down. But then I just completely focused on fitness and grew that one back up to 150K, I believe it is now. And just like been at it with both fitness and a little bit of lifestyle. I do miss doing only lifestyle though.
Lifestyle.
Like I'm not gonna quit fitness.
But fitness is like a big thing in your life. It's part of my life. Now, right?
Yeah, that's why. It's like I'm not gonna quit fitness, but there's a lot of people expecting like they want training plans from me and meal plans, and like realistically, I'm not a coach. I'm just someone who likes fitness and like post about it sometimes.
And how important is it working out for you?
It's
physically and mentally.
I mean, it like changed my life, both with it being my job, and just there was growing up, I was super overweight and everything, and I was always the big girl growing up, you know. I was always tall, always really big, and I don't know, it's just once I got into playing volleyball and getting really active and into the weight room and stuff, it just changed my life completely. Like I couldn't even imagine not going to the gym the way I do every day, or just not living a healthy lifestyle, because I love being active. I love hiking and playing sports and just continuing to do all that. So yeah, no, it is a big thing in my life.
Do you have like body dysphoria to this day or not? Or do you love your body now?
Honestly, I'm coming to a point where I'm really am like learning self-love and just being all about me. And it was hard for a while. I was struggling a lot with just like, I don't want to say an eating disorder, but I was going back and forth with like overeating and then undereating because I just couldn't understand like my body's fluctuations and growing so much and then shrinking down a lot. I lost a lot of weight whenever I started playing volleyball. So that big switch from being the big girl to now like being super skinny really threw me off. And so it was a big mental battle of I couldn't understand what my body was supposed to look like or if I was even happy with the body I was building, gymming. But once I really tackled that, I guess, body dysmorphia or whatever type of insecurity it was, and I just focused on being nice to myself and rebuilding that relationship with food, I've definitely become like a lot better. I don't feel like I deal too much with body dysmorphia as much. I am always scared to bulk just because that change from your leaner side up to a heavier weight is always so hard. I feel like for anyone mentally, especially with a lot of like standards that just like anyone could come through when it comes to what a body, like what people think is an attractive body today.
Yeah, but now it's like no one like body shame is like a big thing now, right?
It's weird. We always talk about, you know, accepting everyone, but everyone is still judging each other. I actually
low key, like
I actually just created a little TikTok where I was getting a lot of comments with people being like, you lost a lot of weight, like, but in a positive sense, being like, oh my God, you lost a lot of weight, you look so good, or like, wow. As in
like if you would have lost weight, it would have been a bad thing?
So there was a point where it was around, you know, the holidays. I was kind of going through it mentally. I think it was probably like seasonal depression or something. And I gained quite a little bit of pounds. And I feel like it was quite noticeable as well. Because I was just eating. I was just like, hey, it's the holidays. I wasn't doing much, not training as much. It was cold. And I was just like going through it. And gained quite a few pounds. And there was people commenting on like my friend's TikTok being like, wow, is Jimena bulking? Oh my God, she looks so fluffy. Like, what the heck? Like, oh, she looks so different. Yeah. Which was like, what? Like, why are you even commenting on my body in the first place? But then the moment I kind of got back on track and just like picked up my routine again and I dropped all those pounds, my comments turned positive. And I made a video being like, where is this correlation coming from? Because for women especially, a man can bulk and go through his like up and downs. And usually, like, their comments are like, whoa, looking big, dude. Like, can't wait to see you shredded. Like, that's going to be crazy. The mass you're gaining is awesome. But then a girl does it, and it's like, oh, she's getting fat. And it's like, that's it.
But have you seen those, there's ads now where if you're overweight and with their, have you seen that? They got, like, lingerie and you're overweight, and they're like, models now. And people are
plus-size models?
Yeah.
I mean, I personally, I can't comment on it because I'm not a plus-size person, but I'm all for representation anywhere. I think there's definitely a line where it's like, is the brand doing it because they care and it's about representation, or are they doing it because it's the thing to do right now? There's a proper way, you know, to give everyone proper representation, and there's also a way of like, you're just milking that.
It's not my opinion right now, but is it even healthy, you know, promoting that? Like, are people like that healthy? I'm not asking because I think they're not. I'm just saying there's two side of the story like that. Yeah. Yes, they're praising it, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, is it healthy that they're oversized?
I think there is definitely a point where you can be like, hey, what are we trying to promote here? But the BMI scale is definitely outdated. And we do not have a concept of what healthy is when it comes to what people look like. I think we should definitely not base anyone's health based on what they look like. Because you know when you're unhealthy, you know, if you're going to the doctors constantly, you can't even walk. Like, you get out of breath just from walking up, like, a flight of stairs. And, you know, so who are we to say any of those models are unhealthy? I know you can't really judge them just based on what their body looks like. But it can be damaging in a way whenever it is unhealthy people. I don't know, honestly.
It's a tough subject.
It is a tough subject because you want to give these people, you want to give anyone representation. You know, everyone looks so different and bodies come in every shape and size. But it's also a point where it's like, are we promoting a healthy relationship when it comes to what is... I don't know.
It's hard.
Sure.
It's hard.
It is hard.
I'm sorry for putting you on the spot.
No, you're fine.
No, but I mean, we got to be realistic, you know. Like,
I understand, but I don't know. I'm not a plus size person, so I don't know what it's like, or if that is a healthy, size to be or not. But I think we all have an understanding of what an unhealthy plus size person is. Right. And a lot of these women on the modeling pages, they're not unhealthy. They're just plus size. They're just bigger women. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. We have like women come in all shape and sizes, and men as well. So it's like, I think we know what something looks like.
All right, so we took a little break. I wanted to ask you, I've been watching your videos, and one of your videos you show us your little Glock, you know?
Oh my God.
Your little gun.
I was not expecting that, actually. That's funny, yeah. So,
are you into guns and stuff like that?
I mean, I was recently kind of getting into them in a self-defense way.
Of course,
I moved to Houston alone, and my brother recently he's in the military, and my brothers growing up have always been into guns. And I grew up on a farm, so I've always seen shooting and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I would shoot with them here and there. But he was like, you know, this last Christmas, we went shooting a lot, I guess, during the holiday, and it was fun. And he was like, let's get you one so that you can protect yourself. So I just decided to get one, and I have it. It's great self-protection.
Mm-hmm. What kind of gun is it?
It's a Glock 43X.
43X. Mm-hmm. That's your first gun ever?
Yeah, this is my first gun ever. Mm. Just a little compact gun, fits in my purse, and take it everywhere with me.
And it's always with you?
Yeah, I got it with me right now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a license for it and everything?
Well, now in the state of Texas, you can carry it legally now without it.
I was gonna ask you because I don't know if you heard the news for the last maybe 2-3 weeks here in El Paso.
Yeah.
Where these 17, 18-year-olds still in high school are carrying guns.
Yep. And
there was a shooting at the mall. And there's been other incidents around the city. Even today, there was an incident about a 17 or 18-year-old running around Bassett Place with a gun.
Oh, my God.
There was another incident where another kid was hitting a girl with a gun.
Oh, my God. Saw that video. That was crazy.
Stuff like that here in El Paso. So what do you think? I'll give my opinion right now, but I want to hear yours first. What do you think is the best, in a way, solution for all this gun stuff with all these very young people, not even in age, to own a gun? How are they getting these guns? What's going on? Where the parents, like, how are people raising their kids now?
Honestly, I've actually been talking about gun control and reinforcement on my platform since the first El Paso shooting there and the Walmart shooting. Right. And even before that, my stand on guns, even though I own one now, has never changed. 18-year-olds should not be getting their hands on a rifle or these weapons in general. And there's just, when I say reinforcement, I'm not talking about take away all guns. I've never once believed that. I think it is your right to, you know, be able to defend yourself and your family, especially from people who do not go, you know, living with the law. But it is messed up. A lot of the laws, there's too many loopholes. It's not, for a weapon of defense, it is way too easy for a lot of people to get their hands on it. And I've actually done a lot of walks and, you know, knocking on doors, just trying to get people up and voting for gun reinforcement. Whether that be, you know, it being stricter for a few years, or whether it be, you know, just taking away a little bit of rights. You know, maybe 18-year-olds shouldn't be able to freaking build a gun like an AK and just be able to walk around with it, because at that mental age at 18, I didn't even know what the heck I was doing. Like, you're a child. Why do you need a gun?
You think it's coming back from the parents, like how they're raising their kids now?
I think
coming back from all the way from the way you got to discipline kids now, and you can't even yell at them because that's bad for them and mentally. And my parents used to hit me, and all this stuff. So you think it's coming all the way back from all that? Now they're letting them own these guns and everything.
I don't even know, because like, first of all, I don't even understand how these kids at this age are even getting the handguns. Exactly. I really don't get it at all. Obviously, they're hanging out with the wrong scene. They have older friends that are just putting them through the wrong crowd and introducing them to the wrong things at a very young age. But also, yeah, it is definitely the parents' fault. When you have parents that don't care and like don't care about you, and just like don't show that. Discipline shows a lot. It shows that your parents care about what you're doing, and they want you to make the best decisions. And when you're growing up and you feel like your parents don't care about anything you do, even the bad stuff, you start acting out even more because you want their attention. That's like a natural thing a kid does without them even knowing it. They're always looking for that attention from their parents, and acting out is...
But with guns, you think that's the way to do it?
I think it's just getting so bad that, parents, especially when a lot of them are super young, having kids at like 18 and stuff, you lose tradition and you lose what's like, I guess, good parenting roles. And that's different for everyone. But, being on top of your kids is, I think, a very important parenting rule. Like, they should not be out past freaking 10 p.m. or 11. Like, you should know all the time where your kids are at and who they're hanging out with, the type of friends they're making and stuff, because that road, that introduction will always lead them into something even worse. Right. I've watched, like, growing up, obviously, I've watched kids, the good kids, become successful and make good friends and not make bad decisions. And I've easily watched the bad kids just continue to lead down a road where it gets worse and worse and worse. And that's just what happens. So first of all, there needs to be a lot of reinforcement when it comes to what gun laws are now. It does need to become stricter, because these many shootings in just a year alone should not be happening. I feel like...
Or incidents in like 2 weeks. It's crazy.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. It's been just nonstop. Even after the shooting, the fact that it doesn't wake anyone up, it just causes more violence. Another big problem is, because we're not doing anything, it's letting people think, oh, so it's okay. Oh, so it's easy to get away with it. Oh, so that guy didn't get any jail time. Okay, what's going to happen to me then? Probably nothing. I am going to act out. I'm not scared to shoot anyone now. I'm not scared to freaking pistol whip someone, like, because there's no discipline, because no one's getting in trouble for these very, like, horrible acts. Like, why is no...
Like the one on the bond. You could have killed someone by accident, just shooting a sight through. There's kids in there.
The fact that anger even is leading anyone to pull out a gun instantly and, like, shoot someone, there's a huge problem. Like, we as this generation in general is getting very angry for some reason, just acting out very easily. There's no more communication. I don't know if that was from the pandemic or something. Maybe if, like, being disconnected from people for so long, we've all looked towards the internet, and because, we were all on the internet for maybe a little too long, people love to hate and just, like, instantly go negative on there. So when you're surrounding yourself with that negativity for the past 2 years that we're all, like, enclosed in our house, and then we come back into society, literally the moment someone pisses them off, they can go angry so easily. Right. There's a lot of people that the pandemic brought out a lot in people recently. It's just,
this city used to be one of the safest cities in the world, actually.
Yeah, it was.
And right now, just, I don't know, it has to be from the parents, the way you discipline them. And
I think it also just discipline in general all over the place when it comes to the law, when it comes to the state of Texas, when it comes to these guns, like...
Yeah, you definitely got to punish in a way.
Like, speaking of, whenever we were calling ourselves the safest city, that was whenever we had that first huge incident at Walmart with the El Paso shooter.
Right.
And we were, our big thing was, this is the safest city. Why did this happen to us?
We're the safest city. And right next to us, it was the craziest, more violent city.
And where's that guy? He's still not in jail or something?
No, they're still on.
Right? Yeah. There's no discipline. They should have done something the moment he went and killed all those people, and that shows a lot. That gives kids.
They're playing the mentally ill card.
I'm sorry, but the moment you kill people, that's just you lost all right to call yourself like a person in general. I don't care how sick in the head you are, like how mentally ill you are. You know, we all go through things. There's some mentally ill people who really go through it, but they're not out killing people. You are a murderer. You are a psychopath. You need to get disciplined for taking away people's lives. It showed that he had a whole manifesto because he hated Mexicans.
He actually stayed on the Motel 6 right here, right on the street, right down the street right here.
That's crazy.
And the whole thing was that he stayed there for like 2 days, and the day before, he had a meal at McDonald's inside Walmart. And he looked around how everything was working, and then the next day, he pretty much planned it. So a mentally ill person wouldn't do that, you know?
No, not at all. He planned it. He had a whole letter talking about how he hated Mexicans.
Right.
And how he was planning on driving thousands of miles to come down and kill these people. It's not mentally ill. It was planned. Yeah, so that's it. It's that simple.
Well, let's switch it up because it's getting kind of dark on that subject. But so you met a lot of influencers. You're all around that stuff. Who do you look up to? Like what influencer? What social media guy? Who do you want to be with? Who do you want to be like?
Honestly, that's such a hard question now because I've honestly been so lucky and like so blessed to actually meet a lot of the people.
I actually envy you.
Yeah.
You met Mr. What's his name? Mr. Week.
Oh, Professional Week guy.
I love his videos.
Yeah, Chris. Hey, Chris. He's actually one of our friends in our little friend group. He moved out to Houston
Chris,
recently.
I love your shit, Chris. You're amazing. But you met him. You met a lot of people.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I just ever since really jumping into the fitness industry, I obviously had my local people I looked up to and the bigger people. And these past 2 years or however long it's been now, I've actually been really lucky to I can say now I've actually met a lot of people that I looked up to, like Lean Beef Patty. Who else could I possibly say?
Have you ever met Bradley Martin?
Yeah, I mean, I've met Bradley Martin. I was with Raw Gear for a little bit.
I love Bradley Martin, honestly.
Yeah, he's sick. I've met him here and there. Didn't get to go out to his Zoo Culture opening, but I don't know. It's like a lot of these people that I looked up to, I can't even remember now because they're just my friends now. We're mutuals.
And are they the same way they look in video? Like they're the same person, or are they actually different?
Meeting Patty was actually kind of crazy because she looks so tall. A lot of people say this, and she's all tiny. She's all she's so cute in person. And no, but everyone, I can say that everyone that I looked up to or really wanted to be mutuals with, I never had a bad interaction with them. Everyone's been so dope. There's nothing really wrong with.
And do you feel like, and hanging out with them, do you feel like you're one of them now? Like you're an influencer? You're like up. Do people go up to you sometimes like, yeah, like I know you?
Yeah, I definitely do get a lot of in-person interactions. You know, people saying that they know me, and it's always
how does that feel?
It's always a shock. It still blows my mind. I'm like, no, stop talking to me like that. You don't know. What do you mean? Like it still gets me really nervous, and I care a lot about first impressions. So I really hope, always after an interaction, I just really hope it was a good first impression. I really hope I made their day, or like anyway, just it being positive. I really hope I didn't come off as like a bitch.
That's what's happening to me now with all my interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
and people are noticing me.
That's sick.
It's people go up to me like at random places and like, yo, I know, I watch your shit, and it's so weird, you know, because it's like I don't know. It's just I'm not used to it.
You talk in front of these cameras and you're just like you just create. So it's very weird that you're like, oh yeah, people are watching this. Those are real numbers. Those are real.
Like I don't know. I find it so like amazing how people can like spend some time of their day and watch you and support you and stuff like that.
That's what I love so much. Like it's always like thank you, because 10 minutes out of your day just to watch my annoying ass, thank you.
And it don't matter if it's 10 viewers or whatever. Like I don't know, it feels nice. You're already on the globe, obviously way different than me, but right now that I'm barely experiencing stuff like that, it feels great. I love it.
I like just appreciate every single moment of it, because I mean, it's obviously just going to keep happening as you continue to grow and stuff. If you are consistent, if you love what you put out, if you're passionate about it, you will grow. So just like Just appreciate every second of those people coming up to you, because they really are your supporters. They are those people that like are going to change your life. And you just, if you appreciate it, the universe will just continue to, shower you tenfold. Just continue making you love your life even more. Love everything they put out. So I love the whole influencer scene. I definitely got into it this year. When I was doing lifestyle and kind of more casual, I was more on like the LA side. And I was over there like, pulling up to the hype house, hanging out with these just like lifestyle influencers in LA, and I realized I did not like it. I did not like being over there. It is very much what you hear. It is very much LA. And so when I moved to Houston, it was definitely a different side. The gym influencer side is very different. But as I've been there for a year now, I just talked about this actually with my YouTube video. They're still influencers. A lot of those people, they're there for, they just picked up and moved, and they started a new life there, and they're going to continue choosing themselves. They're going to continue being selfish, and that's totally understandable, If you're going to be an influencer, everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to be freaking rich. They want to succeed. So they're going to be about me, 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 me. But as I've been in the scene a little longer, I really love the people I've met, and I love that whole scene. I don't think I need to be in the scene. I love meeting and collabing and, doing the videos, and that's all fun. But I don't think I need to be there 24/7. And that's where I feel like I want to kind of step out of a little bit, because it's not my favorite. You do come across those mean, superficial, like only care about clout and how many followers you have. And you can tell who those people are instantly. And there is a lot of them. And I care about my happiness and my mental health too much to kind of like sacrifice that just to be around it.
You ever had that? Don't say obviously a name, but an experience with one of those influencers that you were like so happy to meet, and they were a totally different person?
Definitely. I mean, I just did a video.
What happened? Just don't say the person though.
You
don't have to.
We actually just did a video with Jesse James, this kind of like bachelor thing, Jesse James West, and there's a bunch of different fitness girls there. I think over 20 girls. Okay. There was a few mutuals. I knew a lot of the girls there in person and online. And if I know you online and we're mutuals, I'm going to go up and introduce myself. I'm going to, we obviously watch each other's stuff. Yeah. You know who I am. Let's meet. What the heck? This is us in person. Why not? Apparently we're friends. And so it's really a little like, I don't know, just a little frustrating or whatever when you go up to these people and they kind of blow you off, or it's like they act like they have no idea who you are, or just are straight up like could care less. I don't know. You see a lot from those interactions. You can tell a lot from people based on first interactions, and there's a lot of people who will blow you off in the industry, especially if they know you're not like anything big to them. If they're bigger than you, that you're not a, you don't benefit them in any way.
And what do you want people to think about you when they see you, or when they get the first impression? Like, honestly, how do you want to come out?
I'm just like, I'm a girl's girl. I'm a people's person. Like, I really do care about first impression, and just like, I want to spread positivity. My whole thing is be cool, be kind. Like, I just want, if I can make someone's day or just make them laugh or literally anything positive wise, then I feel good. Then that's like a good, I guess, like little, note for them on me. I think we all have our bad days, and we all can become shy and stuff. So I always do feel really bad if like I do interact with someone and it's just my off day, or I'm just too nervous or something, and I may not come off as nice. So I do care about, like, I hope people think I'm like nice and cool. I don't know. Don't want that bad interaction at all.
No, you definitely come out as a very humble person too,
I try. I don't know if that's humble, saying like you're trying to be humble, but no, but yeah. I think it's just, I look at life as like, don't take things too seriously. It's another day tomorrow, and every day it gets easier, so you should feel really proud of yourself for that. And I love living life. I look forward to what's going to change or what's going to happen next. So when social media really consumes a lot of these people and ego overtakes them as a person, it's really sad because they can become really negative people. And I don't want to become that at all. I don't want the industry to consume me the way it does that. And I feel like that's why I kind of don't push so hard to blow up or like become any bigger, because I'm kind of scared. I don't want to like become those people that I really don't. That I really don't like, you know? I don't want to be an influencer. I'm Jimena. I just like posting stuff. That's pretty much it.
That makes sense. Do you have any questions for me?
Honestly, why did you start a podcast? What is it about El Paso that you want to know more of? Like, I know El Paso has some interesting people. I feel like we're not talked about enough when it comes to the little creatives and stuff here.
Honestly, the podcast came out because of, just like you said before, you go through stuff mentally and stuff. And I think me as an exercise, doing a podcast has helped me a lot, to be honest. I used to stream. Oh, awesome. And yeah, I love playing video games, but most of more than half of the time I was talking instead of playing. I wouldn't even concentrate on the game because I was just talking, you know. And my friends and family always said, well, you're good at talking, you're good at making people laugh, you're good at this. So I just want to do a podcast where I can bring different people. There's no people usually ask me, well, what's the theme of your podcast? There's no theme. It depends on the guest, and I break them down and how they feel, how they think, and you know, I just want to get to know them, you know, different people. I don't bring just one, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, El Paso is so diverse. You can. There's so many people to meet, and they just can pick all their brains. Yeah. I think it's cool that you're doing it because like we live in a time where why not try it out? You don't know what it's gonna turn into. Look at all these people who have just, like me, accidentally just posted a video for fun, and it just turned into something so much more than that. There's so many people that's happened to. If you want to, like, try it out, just do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're obviously growing. It comes. It does.
And I love doing the interviews, but just like 3 weeks ago, it feels so good that people came up to me and they said, yo, I watched your podcast.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I was like, podcasts or interviews? And they're like, no, like, your podcast. I was like, oh, shit.
That's awesome.
I think the podcast is the thing that I want to take on the long run. Interviews is fun.
What do you want? Like, what do you want to turn it into? What do you want to make more of it, or like?
Just more podcasts, more talking to people, grow this thing, go out in the States. It's me making that noise. Go out in the States. Honestly, one of my people that I look up to is Bradley Martin. That's why I asked you right now, because I love his podcast. I know his backstory. I know what he went through, and I can relate to him for a lot of things in it. So it's an inspiration, and I want to follow his steps, obviously, on my way, my unique way, different way. But that's what I want to do. The interviews, it's fun, trust me. But a lot of people do them, like all over the U.S. maybe, yeah. And I switch it around. I do it my own ways here and there, but there's gonna be a point where people are gonna get tired of those, you know. And I'm not in the age where I could keep doing interviews. Like, I'm 27, you know. There's gonna be a point where, like, yo, get off the streets, bro. Get off the clubs, you know. Like, you're not supposed to be out in the club. So. And
I think with time, like kind of how it's happened with me, you'll start realizing like, oh, there needs to be more growth here, and you'll figure it out. With like, definitely don't focus on the future. Live with what you're creating now and really appreciate it, because that's where the growth is gonna happen. Because by that time, you will sit down and be like, because automatically you're gonna want to grow more. You yourself are gonna get tired of it, and you're gonna be like, what can I do more with this? What am I gonna create from this? So don't fear of it ever ending. It would just become something bigger, and that growth will come.
Yeah, like giving the interviews, it would be nice if it ever leads to, like, I don't know, do an interview for like a UFC shit or boxing shit, you know?
You don't know. Look at, like, if you become a personality, you can put yourself anywhere. It's just, if you become a face people love and like to watch because you're funny or you're a great commentator, like, you can put yourself anywhere. You can comment on fights. You can comment on the games. You see how they have like the funny commentators and like the serious ones? You can create anything nowadays and go anywhere with it. Yeah,
and it works. And as well with the podcast, I've learned a lot to like read a lot more. I used to not really read much, but now I gotta read. You know, I gotta know what's up to date, what's going on. I don't really like to hit that celebrity drama and stuff, you know, but sometimes I get interested.
Yeah, just stay in touch with the media and what's popular.
That's the way to grow, you know. You gotta stay up to date.
Definitely. That's great. Actually, that's great advice. If anyone ever does want to get into like the scene of it being podcasts or influencing or just social media in general, one thing I tell people is the part of the job is being on social media. You need to know what's going around, what's trending, what's hot right now, you know, what people want to see. Because yes, you can create what you absolutely love if you want to, but if you're looking for growth, you have to incorporate both, because that's where the growth is going to come. You have to stay on trend. You have to know what's like happening. That's where part of the job is understanding social media.
Right. And the algorithm for sure.
Yeah, definitely the algorithm. If you can take the time just to like read up on it, follow those accounts that help with reading the algorithm, it'll make your Instagram posting everything so much easier. If you have an understanding of how these apps work, what these apps are looking for, you'll grow so much more. There is a lot to it, like how you post, what time you post, what your posts look like, how many captions, like everything. It all matters.
Yeah, anyone can blow up at this age now. You know, anyone.
One thing I tell people is we all have an eye for pretty things automatically as humans. You know, we have what we find aesthetic. So look at your social media, look at it. Does it look nice? I tell people it's kind of like your portfolio. If someone were to go on your page, are they going, ooh, I want to see more of this? That's where you're getting your follow. If they're looking at it and it's messy or like it brings nothing and it's just like the same photo over and over again, you're really not pushing for any growth. That's not what the algorithm wants to see.
Yeah. Okay, fun question now. Are you into video games?
I was into them a lot when I was younger. I was really obsessed with like Skyrim and Minecraft and like just a lot of those role play, like BioShock and Fallout, like, you know, the role play games, I guess. Those, yeah. Definitely love shooting games like Call of Duty.
Have you ever played The Last of Us?
The Last of Us. Oh, no, I actually never played it because growing up, we were way too broke for like a PC or anything like that. I mean, my brothers had the Xbox, but I don't think The Last of Us was on the Xbox.
No, it's on PlayStation.
It's okay, yeah. So I did watch a lot of the gameplays randomly, like from PewDiePie and stuff, or like anyone when I was just growing up. So I do have like an understanding of it, but I never actually played it.
I was gonna ask you because
I have been watching it though.
You've been watching the show?
Yeah.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, I've been watching it with my roommates. I kind of missed these last 2 episodes, but I did start it. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a little bit different from the game, but
yeah. I mean, I do see a lot. I remember a lot, like, as I'm watching it. It kind of is, like, opening the file in my brain. I'd be like, wait, I remember that from there. Those, I always call them boomers, but that's from Left 4 Dead. What are they called?
I know which one's the huge zombie ones. Yeah.
That episode was so cool. I thought it was CGI, and that's why they only created one. And I was like, wow, outfit. CGI is getting crazy. No, that was actually that was makeup. That was like an artist.
Costume,
that was awesome. Like, it looks so dope. I was just like, wow, this show is sick. They put so much into it.
What do you think about Ellie?
I don't like her. I don't think she's like the character at all. I don't like
her. Okay, the one on the show, yeah. I was gonna ask you because that's why because I've known you for maybe 2 years when you were supposed to. You remind me of Ellie.
Like from the video game. I like her from the video game more.
Ellie from the video game. You remind me of the Ellie, especially when she's old now. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but you guys have like a resemblance. You guys kind of look alike. Not gonna lie.
Interesting. I mean,
and to make it more weird, like you guys are both missing a finger.
Wait, I don't even freaking remember anything about
the second
when
game,
she gets older.
Spoiler alert, she loses a finger in a fight.
Which finger does she lose?
Oh, she plays guitar, so one of the main fingers.
So okay, maybe like her thumb or something.
I'm not sure. Maybe this one. I'm not sure.
But
she loses a finger, and I was like, wait, Mena and her. For me, they looked almost the same. Well, not almost, but I'm like, and they both lost a damn finger.
Yeah, I never watched the second or got into the second one at all.
It's gonna break your heart if you do, but But
oh my god.
Yeah, you guys. Well, just look at a picture of her when she's older now. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Not the hair color, definitely. Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
What is it? Is it like the kind of just like blunt personality, kind of like
the personality and a little bit of the face? To be honest, a little bit of the face.
Probably just because I'm white. I have white characteristics, maybe. So maybe.
Maybe. So I want to get to that because I just said it. If you don't mind, what happened with your hand? How did it happen? And did you ever get bullied by that?
Oh my god. So yeah, I have 4 fingers on my left hand. I was actually just born this way.
Really?
Nothing happened. I came out of my mom's belly, and it's actually a funny story because I think it was at my birth. It was my mom and my grandma. I think that was it. And like my grandpa was outside or something.
Okay.
And whenever I was born, my mom, not even the doctor caught it, or my grandma.
Really?
My mom, when she was holding me, she was like, she has 4 fingers. And my grandma being there, like all hysterical, like just, just her daughter just had a child or whatever, was like, no, it's a perfect baby. She's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, what? You're obviously all high and stuff. There's nothing wrong with her. She's fine. And the doctors go and check, and they're like, oh, yeah, she's missing a finger. And nothing was wrong. Like, they couldn't find any sign of it being from, like, the umbilical cord wrapping around. Yeah. It just never grew. Okay. Like, there's no sign of growth or anything. It looks like a normal hand. So you're missing the pinky. I am missing the pinky. I became very curious about it as I started to grow up because I was like, what the heck? Why is my hand like this? Like, why did it never grow? I got some x-rays done. So there's a cool little x-ray of my hand out there. I need to find it, though. Realize they said it's just a deformality, that's how it decided to grow. You can tell because I have arthritis, and I actually have like double knuckles, or like just like it's just deformed. My fingers, they're long, and my thumb's really short, and my knuckles are really fat. Like it's just a deformality that there's really no explanation for. One side of my family believes it is evolution. So as humans go on, we're probably not going to have pinkies.
At all, even on your feet.
Or I grew up on a farm where planes were always spraying pesticides right over my grandparents' house. Okay. And so while my mom was obviously pregnant with me, she lived there. And I kind of am like, okay, what? Maybe she like those pesticides, maybe she was like inhaling them, and who knows? Like, what if it just caused this birth defect for some reason? But I've never really gotten an answer. Speaking about bullying, I did get bullied. Right. Growing up, I mean, kids were just mean. They bullied me about my forehead. They bullied me about my fingers. They bullied me about how fat I was. Like, it's just growing up, I was not a pretty child. So they definitely loved to pick on me. Just getting called alien, like people just rudely asking about it. It did cause me to be kind of insecure. I used to hide my hand a lot. And I think it was actually very recently, like with TikTok and everything, that I, started joking about it.
Just embraced it
and made the jokes myself, and took that kind of like took that away from them. Now, I've heard it all. Like, no one can say anything. I'm just like, okay.
And you can even tell, like.
It doesn't, who cares? It's a freaking hand. Right. Like, who cares?
But that's interesting because that's what I was going to tell you, that it's maybe evolution, Yeah, they're saying that maybe in like 300 years, we're not. No one's gonna have this finger because no one uses this finger for anything.
It's really.
Well, I mean, there's in Colombia maybe, but not here. We don't use that finger at all. So that's very, very interesting to be honest.
Yeah, my stepdad, he was like evolution.
And your feet are like five to everything.
My toes are the exact same. You'll never know. I could be lying.
Do you know anyone else that has 4 fingers?
Not in my story way, like where it was just born that way. When I actually started posting on TikTok, it was actually so exciting because I would get duets or people like messaging me pictures of their hands and they also having 4 fingers and them also being born that way. So I'm like, okay, we should all create a little conference and maybe show the world and, introduce them to the new evolution of these humans. But, I actually met someone in person at my university in NMSU. My professor, she was teaching the class one day, just throwing her hands around. And I remember just watching and literally seeing her hand made my body go cold and like my heart just drop and being like, what the heck? Like, there's no way. Like, what? And I had never had, like, before. She was actually the first person I had ever met with like also 4 fingers, because it was before the TikTok.
Okay.
So I remember just going up to her and being like, I'm so sorry, but do you have 4 fingers? And she's like, oh, like just kind of thrown off. And I was like, oh, because I do too. Like, please, I do too. And it was just like a little moment. She lost hers. Like, oh, I think she had to get it cut off or something. Don't remember her story. And they like sewed it back to where it could look normal again. But that was kind of a moment. I feel like it's nice to meet someone else that's like you. And I think that's why representation is so important.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember. But yeah, like from your pictures, you used to hide a lot your hand.
Yeah,
but you would tweet about it. That's why I know you have 4 fingers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy that you mentioned
I'm
Twitter
telling you,
a lot. I feel like Twitter
is
kind of my smallest little.
I've been following you since a minute. I swear.
That's sick.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just funny. You're obviously your pictures will come out on my feed and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I try not to hide my hand as much now. I do still get comments, people being like, stop hiding your hand, it's fine. Yeah. Where it's like, I'm not even I don't try to. Like, if my hand goes behind my back or it's just like not showing in the photo, it's not on purpose. Like, it's just this is also my tatted hand. So like, I love showing this hand more, you know. If I'm gonna have to carry something, obviously I'm gonna do this hand because it just looks cooler. So I don't really like, it's not on purpose. I don't try to hide it.
All right. Another question. Do you got any questions for me before I ask you the last question?
Honestly, really bad. What was your thought when you were like seeing my hands?
Nothing. Honestly, I don't judge people at all. I mean, I had a curiosity of how they happened, if it was an accident or you were born like that. But I don't think anything of people, to be honest. I'm the last person to judge someone. I
don't think people should be judging.
I just don't like. I just let them be. You know.
Do you have any cool little hidden deformities or anything? Scars, maybe crazy birthmark?
Honestly, no. Other than a receding hairline, not really. You know. That's it. Actually, I'm more in a beanie right now because I went bald on purpose.
Oh wow.
Well, not bald, but I have like a number 1 on my head.
Oh, okay.
You know?
You just went a little buzz cut.
Honestly, I just did it because me as a man, sometimes we focus so much on little things like that, and I just went bald so I can focus on other things, you know?
Yeah, I think change in general, it's like cool.
Yeah.
Like if you can switch it up, do it, because you don't know what you might like. I told myself I hated bangs. And people would be like, get bangs. I'd be like, no, fuck you. You're trying to ruin me. Yeah. And I got bangs and now I love them. I don't think I could ever go back.
So this year I'm working out a lot more. I lost all my gains and everything from... I was fucking up a lot the last months.
We all have our up and downs. We have so many years to get it together.
So right now, cutting my hair, focusing on the gym, focusing on this. Like, I'm grinding more now.
Hell yeah.
On this stuff. So I'm just trying to focus myself on things that matter. And my hair is the last thing that matters right now. It's going to grow back. You know, it's going to grow back.
The more time you apply with those positive, like, placements and things for your life, the more it's just gonna grow and become so much better for you. Like, when you bring in that energy, you're just going to attract it, and that's what's gonna create, you know, good people get good things out of life. So if you are putting a lot of good positive things towards your life, it's gonna get so much better. So that's really great that you're focusing on the things to grow and not really put yourself down, because you're the only person you got in your life. You don't have to put yourself down just because some hair.
And do you think do you have anything in mind right now? Any plan that you're gonna do this year to change something different from last year?
I mean,
I know we talked about right now that you don't know where you're gonna leave with all this stuff, but is there anything that you want to work on? It
definitely is. I feel like I'm 21. Like, the content house I live in right now, the girls are 18, 19, you know, and I kind of grew up very fast. Like, you know, I moved out 17, obviously. I had a really kind of like hard growing up. Like, when I was in Odessa, I was homeless, you know, so I've lived a lot of different lives compared to my roommates now. And although I love, you know, being in that position and getting those opportunities, I'm just realizing, you know, maybe I need to step away from it and try something else out, because as I'm realizing, I'm not really liking the influencer stuff and it's not my main goal. I think I want to, like, after my lease, come back to El Paso, you know, give myself a home ground, a little settling point, and, you know, start some businesses. I really want to get into just like, you know, making more money. So maybe just doing some real estate on the side or something, but actually starting like a little brand. I have so much that I want to do when it comes to clothes and like art pieces, and a lot with the weed as well. Like I want to get into maybe creating cool pieces, growing, like, you know, doing some labeling stuff, maybe starting a weed brand. I love the gym and weed, so I have little ideas for kind of incorporating the two. Just a lot that I want to do. I'm such a big believer on supporting local, and I really do love a lot of people here in El Paso, and there's a lot of creative, talented people. So it's just like really important for me to like use my platform and share a lot like of these people who just, you know, they deserve to also be big and they also deserve to grow. Right. So I want to spend a lot of time just back home, like, you know, just growing with everyone. I want to give these people opportunities to share their art as well. I really care about that, and, you know, just stepping back and caring about myself for a little bit. I think that's like my goals right now. Becoming a little businesswoman, I think, is what I think I really want to do.
And I appreciate that, to be honest. I didn't think you were going to answer at all. That's why I didn't even DM'd you. I went through your replies on tweet.
No, I love answering.
Like I said, a lot of people are like, they're all Hollywood now and stuff like that. They got this following. And once you reply back, I was like, oh, shit, hell yeah, we're going to run this thing.
I really believe in ego overtaking people. Okay. You know, they lose themselves. And that's what I don't want. Like, the reason why I'm so successful is because people like you or people in this city that really supported me and outside of it. And if I'm so blessed to be given this platform or anything at all, I definitely believe in like giving back and stuff. And why wouldn't I come onto a podcast where I can talk about myself a little bit, or, you know, just talk about El Paso more, and like this little part of me that I don't really share a lot, and, you know, give you that opportunity to share your cool podcast. Like I've seen your clips, they're hilarious, and I've watched the Louis podcast, and then I was watching your stripper one too, the recent one with the girls. So that one was a little funny, but you know, like, it's just, why not? This is cool. It's a little practice too. I'm
really thankful, and I appreciate that you came today. You're gonna be here for what, maybe a month or so?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like, you know, I needed some space a little bit. I was kind of going through it mentally back in Houston, just like, I was really digging myself in a little sad hole. And I was like, why should I do that to myself if I can go back to something that makes me happy? Yeah. So coming here for a month, I kind of want to do a little road trip. So I might go up to like Albuquerque, see some gyms up there, Santa Fe. I need some nature in my life a little bit. Might go up to Colorado and see my little brother or something. So just kind of doing my own thing right now. So a little month back here. And then might head back up to Houston. Not sure yet.
Nice. That works. Well, I don't have anything else much to say. I don't know if you got anything to tell them or me, or
honestly, just thank you so much. Like, this is really cool. This is only my second podcast, so like, and this is my first one alone. So like, this is really cool.
I know that you're very, very brave to come by yourself. Like,
I have a gun.
I mean, yeah, but
it's really cool that you even took some time to, like, you know, do the research on me, or even just ask these questions. So thank you so much. This is awesome.
So where can people find you on social media?
I'm Menanados everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Just look up Menanados.
YouTube is just Jimena.
It's Menanados actually now. Like, you can add a tag, I guess, now. They give us usernames now. Okay. But it is Jimena, but if you still input Menanados, it will still show up. But yeah, just if you want to check out more Mena, I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place. If you like weed, if you like the gym, if you like just life, and I'll be doing it. So.
Yeah, guys. So she's really funny. Not gonna lie, she's funny, so and she bakes some stuff, and she's all happy, and then she says, "Oh, I fucked up," you know. and you always, it's cool how you rate them 5 out of 10 vibes.
Oh, my vibe checks. Yeah, I gotta bring those back. Okay, we're gonna vibe check this podcast right now.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Be honest. You can be honest. And you know what I like? I like what's it called? Criticism. I forgot.
Constructive criticism. Yeah.
So if you got anything.
No, honestly, when I walked in, I was really surprised. You have the whole setup. So like the vibe was 10 out of 10 for a vibe check. Hell, I mean, it's sick in here. We got a little candle. You got the 91VIBE5s over here. We got 3 cameras.
Let me put
he literally has.
Yeah, honestly,
there's 3 cameras. I got a mic. I can hear like everything. It's sick in here. I was not expecting this at all.
I'm post this real quick so people can watch.
You're killing it. It looks awesome.
So we're here with We're here with Menanados. But yeah, so yeah, follow Menanados everywhere on social media. You can find me in Alex Majestic on Instagram, Vibes Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Alex Majestic. So
hell yeah, 915.
Thank you guys for watching, listening, comment, and just follow this girl, man. She's fucking cool. So thank you guys. Don't take shit too seriously.
Thank you.